Hey everyone, Garrett here from Code the Web, and it's weird because you're seeing me and you don't usually see me, but we're going to be seeing more of me from now on, which I hope you like. In this video, or in this series that we're going to be doing now, we'll do a few of them. We're going to be doing a website from start to finish. And I don't mean complete site where I just kind of said I have this design and it's going to look like this when we're done. Let's go. We're just going to code everything. We're going to go from the planning to the sketching to the Photoshop to the coding to the that looks amazing. We're going to do all of that, and we're going to do them a few times. We can do as many as you guys really want, but we're just going to start baby steps. And we're going to be starting with a portfolio page that I will then give to you guys, and you can do whatever you want with it. So stay tuned and let's get started. Alright guys, so we know what kind of website we're going to be making, and now we're sitting down with our pen and paper, and we're going to start sketching everything out. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to come up with the things that I need for my website. So just some bullet points on different aspects or elements that I'm going to be using, that I'm going to need for my design. So let's just start out with portfolio website for Code the Web. Okay, so we got that, and so now let's just start off with, like I said, just bullet pointing different elements or aspects of our website that we're going to want to incorporate. So we need the obvious things, and I like to bullet point everything, even the obvious stuff like a logo and a navigation bar. I like to bullet point everything, and that's just my style. So we'll start off with the logo, and I usually go top left, over, and then down, and then over. And I start from the top, and I work my way down. So logo, nav bar or section. What else? So let's have a hero image. And notice that a lot of the things we talked about in the Web Design Trends series are gonna we're gonna bring them over, and we're gonna actually put them to use. So you'll get to see how we actually incorporate them into our designs. So let's hero image, and then over that I want to have some interesting font, and it doesn't have to be crazy. I don't want cursive or some crazy font. I want it to be simple, but I want it to be noticeable. So and we'll just have a title. That'll be our title and tagline. So title and tagline, and I'll just put in parentheses, I'll put interesting or noticeable font. Or just interesting font. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, I'll just put down font, and we'll just know that we want a certain feel to our font when we go over that. And then so it's a portfolio. So what we probably want to have are a few different things. So we definitely have the title and the tagline. That's very important, so you know where you are. The logo is important for branding, obviously. The nav bar is important for just the different things on the site that you can do that kind of tells people what you can do on the site just right from the get-go. And let's have, how about we definitely need the portfolio. So portfolio, let me just make sure you guys can see all this. Kind of. A little bit. Let's zoom in there a little bit. I hope that works. It's going to be upside down, but I'll flip it around after we're done, and I'll just really quickly go over everything when we're done because I know it's upside down, or maybe I'll just flip it so it's right side up. That's probably what I'll do. That was just a much better idea to flip it. Yeah. So portfolio. And let's have maybe some testimonials. So test testimonial. If you do them right, they can definitely go a long way. Because again, like, people want to know, they want to know what you do, and that's that we design, or that this person, whoever uses this portfolio design, is a designer. They want to see work, so they can see it with their own eyes, and they want to know that you're good to work with, that other people enjoyed the working experience that they had with you. So we'll do that. Maybe like some testimonials, we'll have that. And how about like contact, right? Contact form. And so that's like pretty basic, and that's, I would say, maybe, there's always like more that you can do, and if we can think of anything else, we can add them in, or we can do it in like a different design that we do, because I don't want this to just be like the only one. Like, I want to have a lot of different, like, start to finish websites, like video series that I do, like how we had the Complete Site, but this is just more in depth, and I think that's way better than what Complete Site ever was or will be. So we have that. That's just like the basic right there, and then let's start thinking of like an actual design, like for our website. So what I want to do is, for this first one that we ever do, I want to do like the traditional multi-page website. And I know that now it's very common for people to do a scrolling website where everything is just one page and it's kind of separated into different sections, and the navigation bar will link to each different section, and we can definitely do that. And I think that we're gonna do that in a different design that I've been thinking of, like a few different designs and like versions of websites that we can do in the series, and we're definitely gonna do that. But I want to use that idea and like that concept for a different type of website. So in this one, I think I want to do more traditional style, which is multiple pages, and it's very simple, and I think it can be easier to do because all of your code is not in just one file. Or you can do it so your code's not in one file. You can link to different files and stuff, and that's definitely probably the best way to do it. But this is just how I got started, and I think that we should tackle this first because it's kind of the most traditional way of doing it, I think. So that said, let's start sketching this out. So on our homepage, maybe we can do like the hero image and then our tagline, and I think that can be like, that's like the style, is to just have that on the homepage, just like a nice, really big hero image, and then like the links, and yeah. So let's start off with, like, let's just say that this right here, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines down, and we'll try and make this as like square as possible. So just follow this line to like maybe there. Usually on my browser, at least, the width is always more than the height in terms of like the actual window of the browser. So I think that's like a pretty good square right there. So let's just say that like here, kind of, we have our logo, and we'll make that something interesting right there. That kind of looks like a monster coming out of the ocean, but whatever. And then we have our navigation bar, and let's just say that like for our nav bar, we'll do this here. We'll do nav. You guys can still see, right? Yeah. So we'll do like nav bar. I'll zoom in like a little bit more. Let's see, where is that at? Okay, cool. So navbar will be under that. We'll have, I think, 4 or 5 maybe. No, we'll do just 4, and we'll kind of link testimonials and contact together, because I think that or we'll either link testimonials and contact together, or we'll link testimonials and portfolio together. Let's see. I think maybe we'll do. I think testimonials and profile kind of have more to do with each other because contact is like the end game. So maybe that's kind of like the end game, and you want that to be as available as possible. So maybe even like a contact form in the footer. That's also another trend. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do like the contact form in the footer of every page, and not just like a contact page. And yeah, so maybe we'll do that, and then we can do a separate page just to keep this going, so I'm not sitting here, because normally I would have more time than like a day or so or a week to get this out, to get the video made, or to get the website made, because like I'm doing this for the video. So like I'd probably sit here for a while, like fiddling around with everything and working things out until I got it like exactly how I think it is best. So let's just say for time's sake that we just put the contact form in the footer of every page, and then we put in testimonials like in its own page. So in our navbar then, and see, like something like that is like it's easily overlooked in the planning stage, and then you get to the website and you're like, and you're kind of stuck because you don't know exactly how you want to do it. And it's important to work it out, because just something like that where we're working out the navbar, so we're going to do home and then so on and so forth, like we're working out all of our pages. Well, that was important to discuss, that like that question of like what is going to be in our navbar, like the links in the pages, led us to talking about testimonials and portfolio. So like that's something that's like very important, that you make sure that you plan out every aspect of your website, not just the generalized concepts of it. And you don't have to plan out like all of this in the very beginning or like at once, because well, you have to plan it out before you start doing Photoshop and coding, but you don't have to plan it out all in the beginning like how we started off with this, because as you can see, that I didn't really pay attention to that. I kept on going, and then when I got to this, it was just something that came up. So naturally, it's just going to come up, and it just kind of worked itself out that it just came up like that because it was something that needed to be tackled. So, so home, and then portfolio, and then we're going to do another page for testimonials, and we'll make it its own page. Excuse me. Had to cough a little bit, and then I think we're only gonna have 3 pages, so we'll only have 3 pages, and then contact will just be in the footer. And you know, we can actually add contact, and just like that can be like our sections, and like it'll just like jump down to the footer. Like it won't be anything. Actually, no. I'll tell you what. We'll design for the fold a little bit, which is kind of like a shrinking concept, and like it's becoming less and less important, because it used to be that the fold was a very, very important part of web design, because every browser was more or less the same width and height. But now with like responsive web design, it's kind of not so much anymore. So so the fold isn't like as important, but you still kind of have to develop for it regardless, but you just have to be conscious as to different screen resolutions and screen sizes. So, we'll just kind of leave it at that, and like in the footer, then we'll just have the contact form, and we'll design for the fold based on that. So we'll just have 3 links in the navbar. So home, portfolio, and testimonials, and then this like kind of entire thing will be a hero image, or maybe what we do is like we kind of have like this will be like a line. This is okay. Yes, we can kind of maybe do that, and that'll be like a line sort of, and then it'll be like this rest of it will just be like a hero image, like so. And also, like, this X that I'm putting through is kind of like, means that it's going to be a picture. So we can do that. Or maybe we want to do like this kind of a way of doing things. Okay, it's not as good of a square as the first one, but it's okay. So we have the logo here, and then we have like 1, 2, 3, and then maybe like we want this entire thing to be just a hero image. And those are definitely two ways of doing it, and they're both, I think, like, this is kind of becoming very, very popular, but at the same time I see a lot of websites that still do this, and it looks really nice when you do it right, or if you do just a good job on it, and it looks really good. So maybe I don't know. It's definitely a dilemma, but it's something that we're going to have to, come up with a solution to, because it plays a big role. It kind of has a big effect on the look and the feel of our website. So it's something that's very important, and it's a pretty like minute detail of just like a simple change of CSS, a little bit of CSS code, and it has a profound effect, like a very, very big effect on the website. So maybe perhaps what we do is, let me think. Or maybe what we could do is we could still have like this, but then we could make this kind of like transparent a little bit. So you can kind of like still see the background of the image. Let me think. Why don't we do like this one? Why don't we do this one? And we can still use, I think I like this over here, and we can still use like transparency throughout the website. Like in this kind of concept over here, just not in such a dominating kind of a way, because a lot of what you want to do, especially for a portfolio website, is you want to focus on the portfolio and not on dominating aspects of the design. That, yes, like the design of your actual website is also a testament to like what you're capable of doing, but at the same time the point of your portfolio website is to showcase what you can do for other people, not just yourself. So we want to kind of have it as simple and not distracting of a design as possible. So let's just go with this right here. And then we're going to have, on top of it, we're going to have like our tagline and or a title and tagline, and we'll come up with that later. And that doesn't have to be a slogan. That can just be like design, and then like maybe something like 2 slashes or like 1 slash, or just like a dash, or an and symbol, or whatever. It can be just design and development, or it can be something more clever, like absolutely positively creative, or something like that. Maybe we'll use that one actually, or maybe not. Maybe we'll think of something later, and that'll come up as we get to that point. So let's now. So we have the hero image, and now let's tackle these other pages, because these are the things that we need. And I think that when someone gets to your website, if all you have is like a hero image like we're gonna have, and like a logo and a few links and a tagline and such, you're probably still gonna be looking for more information on the person before you start to go and search for their contact form and like a way to hire them. So we won't have such like a traditional footer on this homepage, but on the other pages, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We'll go to there. You guys can still see this, right? Okay, cool. So we'll just go down to there. So we'll have the logo, and that's like important, just branding wise. That's like, Each logo is starting to look kind of different, but it's okay. So we have that, and so what we'll do is this will be our like portfolio page, and maybe how about if we do like I'm not really a fan of like, well, no, I shouldn't say that. The having like an image and then like a bezel almost, excuse me, a bezel like around the image can be nice, but I like a simpler, flatter, more together, streamlined kind of a look. I've seen like people that have like bezels and it can look nice, and then they also have like a space between them. So I do like the space because it kind of differentiates what we got. So let's have like maybe 4 across, and well, we'll start off with 4 across, but you're probably gonna not just have 4 down. The more and more websites and designs that you do for people, obviously the more that you'll have. So we can just kind of start off with like 1, and we'll just do like that for a picture. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So like really simple. We'll just make a few more of them. Let's just have like, we'll have like 3 maybe. Let's see how that looks when we're done. Okay, so we have that. And then maybe like we can have like, so our background right there is probably going to be just a solid color, and that would probably be white or like an off-white or something like that. And maybe like up here we could have like an image if we wanted to. We could kind of like carry over this image of just like that area up there if we really wanted to, but for now let's just keep it at that, and we'll we can allude to something else that's like here by I want more than that, by kind of having like this here, and then we can like start our footer, and this is designing for the fold, so that showing people that there's still more that they can see. And we'll maybe put like something, how about like social, right? And so footer, so we'll have over here, we'll have footer. Can you guys still, what if I move it up? Okay, cool. So we'll have like footer right here, and then in the footer we'll have social links, and the contact form. And if you really wanted to, you could also put like widgets. I know that if you have like a Pinterest account, Pinterest, you can make a widget, and it's actually a really nice looking widget too, and you can put it in your footer or on the side or wherever you want. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep it really simple. We can do, actually we'll make that into like another video, just because like that's a pretty interesting topic, I think. So we can definitely make that into another video at a later time. But we'll just put like, this will be, this like squiggly line right there will say social, and then social links, or whatever we make it say, and then this will say like contact us. And when you kind of scroll down, so like here's what the footer will look like. Imagine that this is like right on the bottom there. Can you guys still see that? Right, okay, cool. So imagine that this is like on the bottom there, and it'll be like social links, and then we can, this will be social links and underlines, so like just something that differentiates it, that makes it know that, probably like an H1 tag or an H2 tag or something like that. And what we'll do is like we can either put the boxes of like the Facebook images and Twitter and maybe LinkedIn too, or we could also just have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. But I think that having pictures is a rich media is more interesting, and it's just kind of like, I think that when you see the word Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, your thought in your mind is kind of, oh, they have Twitter or they have Facebook, or I can check that, or I can connect with them. But like if you see the actual picture, you're kind of more thinking, I think it kind of just draws the excitement of the possibilities of social media in general, and then the idea of, I think they kind of go hand in hand. So like, I think it brings up the possibilities of social media and like the excitement that goes with that, because everyone these days seems to just love social media and whatnot. And then like a split second, like right after you think that, I think that your mind then says, oh, and I can connect with this person too. Whereas if it's just a text, it's more just, oh yeah, like Facebook, or oh yeah, Twitter. So that's just my take on things. But so I think maybe we'll do that, and then we can have contact right there, and then we'll have just a contact form. Didn't really leave enough space there, but we'll put that. Can you guys see that? Cool. So this will be, that didn't come out right, our footer. And yeah. And then, so now we'll go to the next page, which is the testimonials page. And this is actually our last page, so we'll move it up a little bit. And then this is our last page, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so our logo that changes every time we draw it out again. And this is our testimonials page, so this is going to be more text driven and versus graphics driven. So again, we'll have connect with us right there. We'll do like that, and then we'll have contact us, and that'll be like our footer right there. And then what we'll do is, I think just maybe one. I know like a lot of websites, and this is more of a blog thing, or more of a content. What's the word I'm looking for? More for websites that like create content, such as like articles and like blogs, or like online magazines, and content creators and like content consumption. That's the word I'm looking for. But for just like a designer's website, I think maybe we'll have like the quotes, and then just, this is our thing, and then it would be like by whoever. We'll have another one, and we'll do like that, and then we'll have by whatever, and we'll make up more than 2, but of course I didn't make enough space because I just counted down 5 rows, or like lines. So yeah, so we'll definitely make more than 2 testimonials.